Today on DC News Now, a DC officer dies in the line of duty after a gun accidentally goes off. What we know about the 25-year veteran of the police force.
The husband of missing Manassas' mother facing a judge here again today, why his defense is moving to advance his court date and waive his preliminary hearing.
The heat and humidity stick around this afternoon. We're tracking possible storms. Meteorologist Damon Matson has your forecast. And ditch the four wheels and get some exercise on two. More on the family-friendly biking event happening this weekend. A hometown athlete returns.
I did it once, I know how to do it again.
The exclusive one-on-one with Olympic boxer Jamal Harvey.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Tosin Fakile in for Mark Hall. We are following a deadly shooting in Montgomery County this afternoon. Montgomery County police say 2 people are dead after a shooting at an industrial park. It happened on the South Lawn Lane in Rockville. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree joining us live. Kevon, what can you tell us?
Tosin, police responded to a shooting here on South Lawn Lane just before 8 a.m. this morning. When they arrived, they found a man who had suffered from a gunshot wound. They took that man to the hospital, where he later died. Now, police say there was a lookout placed for a gray Toyota Tacoma in connection with the deadly shooting, and that vehicle was located a short time later, not too far from the shooting scene. MCPD officers attempted to make a traffic stop on that Tacoma. When they approached the truck, they found the person inside had suffered from what they believed to be self-inflicted gunshot wound. That 54-year-old man also died. Laurel police officials say that that same person in the vehicle was involved in another crime in Laurel Wednesday night.
We did receive information from Laurel PD that that Toyota Tacoma was wanted, or they were looking for it in connection to a domestic incident that happened last night. So Laurel PD is here, and we're working with Laurel PD to identify whether or not the person who was in that Toyota Tacoma is the same person who was involved in the domestic incident last night.
Updates from this story on DC News Now at 4 o'clock. Reporting in Rockville, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
Kevon, thank you for that update. Time for us to get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Damon Matson. And Damon, I was out reporting this morning. It was quite humid this morning.
Yes, I felt it too, Tosin, walking out the door. That moisture, you can tell it's still in the air, despite the fact that we dropped temperatures at least somewhat from yesterday's high heat. Now, that moisture is key because, folks, latest update here from the National Weather Service. A flood watch has been put into place. It starts at 3 p.m. this afternoon, going until midnight. This flood watch, for now, is back mostly across northern Virginia, with the exception of Fairfax County. Also, the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, more specifically Jefferson and Berkeley counties in this flood watch as well. But the entire area is likely to see rounds of rain and storms. There is a stalled front, the same front that brought some storms into portions of western Maryland, north central Maryland as well. Last night, it's been producing a couple of showers and storms already here today down toward Prince William. Parts of Fairfax County saw that rain earlier on. Now southern Maryland over toward the Baltimore metro seeing that activity, but there's going to be more where that came from. As we go later in the afternoon and evening, we bring up those temperatures a little more so back up toward the 90-degree mark. We'll start to see more of those showers and storms firing up, and some of this activity could produce some very heavy rain across portions of the viewing area you saw there in that flood watch, northern Virginia, all the way over even to DC. So we'll talk more about this heavy rainfall threat as we go throughout the rest of the day, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Damon, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. And we continue our coverage after the death of DC police officer Wayne David. Police say David was attempting to get a gun dropped into a storm drain by a suspect, but the gun accidentally went off. That officer being remembered by colleagues and the community this afternoon. Officer David and additional officers were on the scene after officers saw a suspicious person drop a gun in a storm drain. Investigators say they were trying to stop that suspect in the 4500 block of Coral Street Northeast when the car stopped and someone got out. Investigators say that person ran and jumped onto 95 South. They tried to stop the suspect, but he escaped on the back of a motorcycle. Members of the Violent Crime Suppression Division were trying to recover that gun. Police say as Officer David tried to recover the gun, it went off and hit him in the upper body.
He has recovered hundreds of guns across the city. He has been the savior to many scenes, to many people in our community. Wayne is a true hero to the District of Columbia, and today he gave his life to serve the visitors and the residents here in the District of Columbia, and we will never forget that.
MPD says he will have the appropriate honors to honor his legacy. Take a look at your screen. This is the person police say got rid of a gun in the storm drain, which led to the death of MPD officer Wayne David. You're asked to contact police if you see him. Officials tell us amongst the family he left behind a daughter, a son, and a girlfriend. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser also releasing a statement on the officer's death, saying in part, quote, while preliminary information indicates that the gunshot was the result of a tragic accident, this is a horrible reminder of the dangers our officers face every day. And coming up at 12:30, Police Chief Pamela Smith will speak after the death of Officer Wayne David. She will speak at the Metropolitan Police Department's Memorial Fountain and Wall. We'll bring you that latest once it begins. The husband of missing Manassas mother Mamta Kafle Bhatt was back in court today. Naresh Bhatt is accused of concealing a dead body. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is in Manassas Park with what happened at the hearing.
Supporters of Mamta showed out in full force outside of the courtroom here to show support for the missing Manassas mother. Today, the judge accepted the motion from her husband, Naresh Bhatt, to waive his preliminary hearing and advance his court date. Now the case against Naresh Bhatt will go before a grand jury. Naresh entered the courtroom in an orange jumpsuit, shackled.
I sit in my seat, I have my row, I stare at the back of his head. I would gladly look him in the eyes on behalf of his wife, and there's probably a whole bunch of people behind me that would love to look at Naresh Bhatt straight in the eyes.
Mamta's immigration attorney confirmed with DC News Now that her family flew in from Nepal. Mamta's mother and brother are now helping to care for the couple's one-year-old daughter. Mamta has been missing for more than a month. Naresh's defense argues without a body, there is no probable cause. Police conducted more search warrants on the couple's home, but they stayed tight-lipped about what they found. And Mamta's supporters say they and police will not stop until they find her.
I think understandable that they want to get him tried on this charge as soon as possible, and I know in my heart there's going to be more charges to come, so we can't consider this a setback. We have to consider this just a step until the more serious charges are levied.
Now, Mamta's supporters say this has been very painful for them, but they want people to remember Mamta as a loving wife, a loving mother, and a proud registered nurse who cared for the community. For now, in Manassas Park, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
New today, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser tested positive for COVID. She posted on X that she tested positive yesterday and that she's disappointed she won't be able to celebrate the first day of pre-K. Bowser says she'll continue to follow public health guidelines. Fairfax County officials releasing new guidelines for the incoming COVID vaccines. It's recommended for everyone 6 months and older, especially for people with weaker immune systems. If you have not gotten COVID recently, you can get vaccinated as soon as the shots are available. However, if you recently had COVID, it's recommended you wait 3 months. You can also get the COVID vaccine at the same time as the flu shot. New details in the listeria outbreak tied to Boar's Head deli meat. At least 9 people are dead after a massive recall last month. The CDC saying 5 more people have now died across 4 states. One of the 3 original deaths was a woman from Virginia. Health officials say this is the largest listeria outbreak since 2011, with at least 57 people getting sick and hospitalized so far. Boar's Head has recalled more than 7 million pounds of deli sliced and prepackaged meats. Today, Montgomery County leaders launching a new program to make sure children have enough to eat. The MC Groceries Initiative Officials say will increase food security and address child hunger. People in the program can get up to $400 a month for groceries at local markets. The county says the program supports 600 families. That's nearly 1,500 children. Well, results from a big state assessment in Maryland show students are showing minor improvements in English and math, but there are still some gaps. DC News Now's Yamari Sase breaking down the data for us.
Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Program, also known as MCAP, is a test for Maryland students in the 3rd to 8th grade. Now, though this is the second time students have taken the test since the pandemic, results do show some counties are performing a lot better than others. Overall, there was a 3% increase in math and language arts for the 2023-2024 school year compared to the 2022-2023 school year. In English language arts, Frederick County came 5th in the state, Montgomery County in 8th, both districts well above the state average, but Prince George's County saw modest gains in their scores. Unfortunately remained below the state average. Now, when it comes to math, Montgomery County ranked 4th in the state, Frederick County in 6th, while Prince George's County ranked below the state's average. They still saw improvements of about 2 percentage points or more in both subjects. Now, the assessment results did also show a big disparity in proficiency rates when it comes to demographics, with Asian American students performing at a 10% or higher rate than white, black, and Hispanic students in math and English. Another achievement gap, many school districts recognize that students with special needs and multilingual learners did have a gap. Now, the state created a list of ways they plan to help improve scores, like more training for teachers and even making changes to the curriculum standards. They plan to take a deeper dive into the results in the coming weeks. Reporting in the studio, I'm Yamar Sase, DC News Now.
All right, still to come on DC News Now at noon. Thinking of ditching 4 wheels for 2? Well, we have an event for you. Everything you need to know about DC Family Bike Fest.
Yesterday was more about the heat. Storms today, it's about more storm activity and heavy rainfall. We'll detail out what the afternoon and evening is going to look like coming up after the break.
And coming up at 12:30 p.m., Police Chief Pamela Smith will be speaking following the death of Officer Wayne David. She'll be speaking at the Metropolitan Police Department Memorial Fountain and Wall. We will bring that live to you when it begins. You're watching DC News Now at noon. Stay with us. We'll be right back.